I think we could even see Sting like going off and like being almost like a mercenary mentor to other people.
It is your trio that's
helping other
full
people out,
of amazing
or
Mexican
even
food from
Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page fuck up
Taqueria,
Sting, and they make a name for themselves by doing that.
How many
And Lance Archer wants to get revenge on them because like,
they
oh
better
hey, Sting, you can't.
Are they
fucking do that.
franchise?
You know how many there are in Southern
mean,
California? That's my thoughts. At least.
Oh man, Sting's gonna walk around with like a jar of scorpions, throwing them on people. I mean, their stuff is good.
Yeah,
the scorpion splash.
It's a jar
like acid
and stuff.
you have to though.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to. Sometimes
After that, we get a TNT
that's a
Championship
thing.
match, which I'm glad
I'd
that
rather
they're
have
doing
it
it every
too
week.
sweet,
They
or
have
just
to
the 2 cups and water it down.
Darby Allin
Yeah.
with Sting versus
Then you get,
JD
like, more
Drake
Jamaica
with
that
Ryan
way, man.
Nemeth and Cesar Bonani.
So this guy came out of nowhere.
Oh, we
basically.
forgot to add the sugar.
JD
when
Drake,
we
yeah,
made
there's
it.
definitely a little.
Well, he's on Dark,
Is
or
this
is he on
a wrestling
Elevation?
podcast?
He's on one of
Yeah,
them.
one, but
Both.
not even-
So, but either way, it was just a thing to like just kind of show him off,
Aguas
so audience get to know him.
frescas.
Like,
Bring my mom
I did
out.
look
Yeah,
like
I'll
he
bring
just
my
looked like a
mom.
regular
I
dude.
really say shit all the time.
Like,
Yeah,
oh
it's
man,
like,
I can see that guy
remember
like in a
shit.
construction zone or like in an office. Sort of. Yeah, exactly.
But he's still.
Anyway, we are covering this episode
Agile
AEW
move.
Dynamite.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna say like,
pleasantly surprised.
yeah, I wasn't gonna say like, oh man, this guy really impressed me. It's like, okay, you know what? He's not bad.
I did
I don't
like how
know-
this opened up.
I don't
with
know
all the
anything
inner
about this
circle
guy, so I don't know if
members
he's showing
been
up in
wrestling
black
business for long.
vehicles.
Yeah,
and
apparently
fucking
they
rolling out like
someone,
shit.
one of the
like
commentators
cars
said
and-
that he's
and, like,
big into
SUVs and
indie
shit.
scenes, so-
See, this is how
Okay.
you look cool coming out of a car.
Yeah.
Have a bunch of you
I
and
mean,
your
I don't really know
friends
who he is,
rolling up
unfortunately.
in all the
If
same
he
color.
continues
and
to be on
looking
TV
badass
and he
when
like
walk out.
actually develops
not
a
just
character
one
or
dude,
something, it'd be kind of cool
not
to
just
see
two
him
dudes
around.
coming out of one car.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
like,
didn't do
to
too
be
bad.
fair, there's only
Yeah, exactly.
It's
He
just
pulled off a
Bad
pretty
Bunny
good. There was
and
a
Damian
little
Priest.
nice match.
could've gave
We did
Priest a
have
car.
interference from like if he rolled up with
Sting
the
at one
monster truck,
point,
I
of
think
course.
You
Well,
gotta do it NWO style where you get like the sweet
from Sting.
like
The
Double
hunk.
limo.
Nah, Sting.
giant double limo.
Come on.
The hunk.
Hollywood
The
Hunk.
hunk,
Oh,
the
yeah,
hunk
right,
guy.
yeah.
And oh man, whew.
And then
A
Sting, of
double-decker
course.
limo?
Yep. No, like
That was-
two
that was
limos.
good.
Stang,
That was a good
but
segment,
there's
actually. How
two
like
of them.
just kind of like
What?
walks him off.
Yeah.
Like,
Wait,
you know,
what?
right in the middle, like, oh my god!
Yeah, like
Side by
Like
side.
they show him in the parking lot taking off
Yeah,
after a while.
yeah.
Man, they take up two
I didn't think
lanes.
they're
Well,
gonna
they're
chase him
going
that far with
yeah.
the cameras.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
a
God
double
damn,
limo,
guys,
so
alright, we
it's side
get
by
it.
side,
But like,
and like you
okay,
can go
so
from
he got
one
chased off.
all
What
the way
happened
into the
to
other.
Bononi?
He comes in later.
And then they have two of those.
Yeah, but like, why wouldn't he like interfere during? Just so much room, Brian. You can do anything in him.
Oh yeah, okay.
Who needs an apartment when you can have a double limo?
I was
line?
thinking more of like a London double-decker
No.
bus, but it's a big limo.
Yeah, no, it's
Darby
side by
was really
side.
off
So it
and
takes up
still
two
TNT
lanes.
Yep.
Horrible.
This is a one-lane road. They're
wondering
taking
who's
both
gonna
sides. Figure it out. I hope it's
Yeah,
Lance
we made a
Archer.
limo that takes up as that is as wide as
Assuming
the
it's gonna-
main
yeah.
battle tank.
I don't think it's gonna be
Oh,
Lance
God.
because
It's
Lance
the-
already
it-
had his
it can
chance with
fit,
that.
like decently in the
I
luxury
think it might be
lane.
just somebody else in general.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
I mean, they have a couple of
Whatever.
options that they could do. Like I said, if it was Jungle Boy, I would definitely
On
want
to
him to do
Io.
it. That'd be kind of cool.
We start out with a match.
if you honestly
of
either give it to
Hangman,
Penta or
Adam
Ray,
Page versus
or even
Max
Pac.
Caster.
I think that would be cool. If they don't make a
Hangman,
triple
Adam
like
Page.
Yeah,
trio
I think they're
belt,
gonna go
Little
for
JR
trio
says
stuff.
yeah, that's why if they don't go for a trio thing, I think that'd be kind of cool to do.
Hangman.
Yeah.
He says
Who has
Hangman.
the
Dude,
Hangman Adam
I
Page.
really love the fucking
Tag?
Acclaimed, man.
Yeah.
God, I
Red
can't
Tag?
give them
Yeah.
praise enough.
Young
I,
Bucks.
I think they're so fun. Like they're
Acclaimed
still
are
so
great.
young,
Yeah.
but they're still like so entertaining at least to
Young
watch.
They've had it for so long.
Yeah,
now.
they're not like
Tag,
older. They're
Yeah.
not like they're fucking like
And
late
it's definitely
30s.
sucks
Right?
because like like 20s.
It does
Yeah.
suck a lot.
Their
Max
feud
Caster's
right now
31.
isn't
Really?
about the tag team
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
I
we'll
think
discuss.
that's
I thought it was like
to the last
at least
part.
like
How's
I thought it was
that?
like
Yeah,
maybe like
who's
there's
the-
quite a bit
who's
to
the
discuss
other-
on that.
who's the
last-
other
last
team? After
segment.
Darby Allin wins, Butcher and Blade show up
Flight?
with Ali, and they
they're
fuck him
the-
up.
they're
But
the
then
young-
they're the
Yeah,
young.
they're
Yeah,
they're
Sting
Dark
and the
Order
Dark
come
Order
out.
show back up.
Shep
Ty Conti
Skilo said that
starts
Max Caster
brawling
was
with
better.
Ali.
And
The
Page is
Acclaimed
only 29 this segment.
The Acclaimed have like they've really grown on me. I like
They
their
have
stupid
that-
rap bullshit.
Yeah.
I thought it
I
was
just
gonna
think
be-
it's-
I
I just
thought
think
it
it's
was
also
gonna be
helped.
like the
Yeah.
opener
Yeah.
to their match.
Yeah.
Exactly, that's what I thought too. It's
But
like,
I
wait,
like
why'd they stop
their-
fighting?
I think just to show up and like Yeah. help Darby Allin.
They're
It was just no, it was
rapping
weird.
Yeah.
whatever.
Also, don't
I do like how
why
this
the Dark
match,
Order helped Darby Allin.
how much they
Yeah,
were
I mean-
putting over that Max was like number 3 for the contenders, and like Hangman
we got a
is
video
number
package.
1,
about
and if
stuff
he
between
beats
the
him,
elite, and
gets
then we
that
go into
coveted
Alex Marvez
spot.
talking to Chris Jericho.
So that actually made me
With the
think like
Pinnacle, fuck everyone up.
kick his
Maybe
ass.
Max
Yeah.
might
They
actually
take Jericho
fucking
to the
win.
ring
That'd be kinda,
Yeah.
while
that'd
they're
be kinda
stomping
cool
his
to
ass,
see.
and everyone's
Yeah.
wondering,
I mean,
well,
I
where
didn't
the
think
hell's
so
the
just because
circle?
of
What
how much
happened? And then
they're.
you get like a video
They're
backstage of a
pushing Hangman
cameraman
right now.
running to the locker
I'm
room.
pretty sure he's
and
been
it's like
locked.
bolted down.
Oh,
Oh,
hell
hell
yeah.
yeah.
The
Plenty of
door's
times before.
basically locked
Yeah.
and they can't get out. So
It'll be a great
bust
kind
the
of
door
like
down. But
super
then
cool moment.
who saves the day?
to give him the belt.
Iron Mike.
I do like how they
Tyson.
also told like the untold story of this. How
he says that
Hangman
he
is the
scatters
number one
the
contender.
pinnacle
He fucking and like has pissed yet and to actually punched go up Spears against to Kenny, death. so
Yeah.
practically.
Yeah.
And then
So,
he basically embraces
I-
with Jericho.
You already have friends.
Just
Go for that belt.
Small nitpick. It was
Yeah.
cool, but
He's still
I
sad.
kind of
But
envisioned it
is
going
he?
a different way
maybe
because I
not.
knew, Mike Tyson's here. He's
Just
gonna do
masking it
something.
very well. There we
When I
go.
saw him come out, I thought he was gonna
His
come out
inner sadness.
and like kind of like stare off one of the
But yeah, this is a cool match. You
And I
know,
think he was just gonna haymaker.
I don't
and knock
think
him out.
either of
And
these
all the
guys
other
have ever
Pinnacle would be,
delivered
oh
a
my
bad
god,
match.
to like
Yeah.
carry him out or something. It was a
No,
little. I thought that
I
would have
don't
been a better way to show.
Yeah.
Like, it's
There was
Mike
a bit of
Tyson.
sloppy
Yeah.
Because like they immediately scatter for one guy, and you're like, from which part? Fucking
Mike.
stomp his ass.
oh, it's Mike Tyson.
And there's still
Like, it was a
5
good match,
guys.
still.
Yeah.
Punch you
but-
out.
Yeah, I
That
thought it would have been
definitely
better to have like
sense
just like pretend knockout
that-
Spears,
Yeah.
and then the Pinnacle.
Maybe
I guess
you know,
yeah, you could have
gets
done
him
it
out of there or
like you know
whatever.
the
Or
Pinnacle
something
stops
was
fucking up Jericho,
Yeah.
and they're kind of standing there.
Nah, man, neither of
And
them
then like
warmed up. That's
for whatever
why.
reason, Sean Spears like goes to attack Tyson,
Yeah.
punches him out,
Because
and
it was
then like
fucking
for a
at the
close
beginning,
fight.
and the
freak
Pinnacle's
out,
like,
like,
oh,
oh,
fuck
fuck
up!
drag him out of there.
Yeah,
That would've been cool.
been cool.
Yeah, and it would have shown that Tyson still has it to like knock your ass out in one
like,
punch.
Tried to do like either a
Even
roll up
though
thing or
I'm
try to
pretty
catch
sure
him
I
or
don't want to
something,
get hit
but
by
he messed
Tyson
up.
now.
And they had to like
Still
yeah,
looks like
well,
a
at
second
all.
motherfucker.
Anyway, yeah. Throughout it,
All right,
it
won't
felt
be
a
into the
little
face,
sloppy,
Brian. What if he
but
punched you in the
despite
stomach?
that,
No!
it was still a fun match. I like having
for
at
10
the end,
Heyman does win with the
10
buckshot
Gs, he
Larry.
can punch you once.
And because it is International Beer
No.
Day that day,
Yeah,
He celebrates with the
10 Gs,
fans.
I would do it.
what are they
Yeah.
called?
I would do it. What? Yeah.
Pay,
all right, fine, Brian. How about like
Age-wisers?
50 Gs, but it's a kid?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Something like that.
Yeah.
Well, that's in reference to
That's
Steve
way
Weiser.
worse.
from Stone
I
Cold.
could,
Yeah.
I could extract
That's
my
what they
kidney and sell it
call
for more
that.
than that.
Man,
If I
when are we
wanted
gonna
to
see a
lose it,
Hangman oh, like man. Adam Page beer on the shelf? What if you have bad kidneys?
That'd be rad. As long as it's not an IPA.
Yeah, please don't let it be. an
Because Stone
IPA,
Cold
'cause,
beer is an
I
IPA.
mean, I have bad kidneys, so I can't
I
say
mean, I don't
why.
like it.
Because like it's Stone Cold and I have to like it.
we
It's an
get
IPA,
a
that's
kind of
just gross.
earlier in the
Make it
day
like a-
segment with Britt Baker.
Budweiser.
Just a
wants
standard
title
Pilsner.
shot.
Yeah.
It was kind of
do it.
confusing what she said though.
I mean,
'Cause
a
she
little
says-
bit.
So she goes along the
Man,
lines that
Hangman's
she wants a
giving out
title
beers to
shot,
Yeah.
the
and she
crowd.
says, "You know what?
that'd be fucking-
Fuck wins and
I
losses.
have
I'm gonna fix
even
the
when I was
system."
like young, like 12 or
by
13,
getting
I was
more wins
watching-
than
Well,
losses.
so
So I was like, wait,
she,
what?
I think her.
I wanted to
I think
drink
her
a beer with
point of view
Sandman.
Might not
Oh,
have been
yeah,
up
I
to
could
you.
see
I
that.
wanted
Like,
to
up
be in the
idea where
ECW crowd and have a beer with fucking
she wants
Sandman.
The, like,
I want to have a beer with Stone
style
Cold, and I want to have a beer with Adam Page.
of title shots where she brings in the money. She's the popular one.
wanna
She's
have
had
a
the
beer
great
with
matches.
Farouk.
She sells the
That's
merch.
what I
That'd be
want.
fucking
Why
rad too.
isn't she?
That'd be fucking
That's
Why doesn't
my,
she get
like,
title shots?
beer
Because she doesn't
drinking,
have
Like
as
go
many wins and
to
losses?
fucking
That's
APA.
dumb to
Yeah,
her.
like you have to make
That's
sure to
not
go
as
through the
important
door.
You
as
better go to the fucking
all
door.
Other stuff.
Yeah, have a
Which
cigar.
in
and a beer
AEW,
for
it's
Farouk.
not.
Play some
Fantastic.
cards.
That's the
Go beat people
opposite.
up.
But like,
Or so they say, anyway.
But yeah, Adam Page
doesn't
wins with
really matter.
Buckshot Lariat.
But like
you know.
that was
It was a
her
fun match.
argument.
It was a
It was
good
like,
opening
hey,
match.
I'm the fucking best,
been
and
pretty
everyone
protected
knows
so
it.
far.
Why
Like,
am I
He
not?
tends
getting title
to
shots?
only
Like,
do
wins
it
and
like
losses don't
to
fucking
win the
matter.
match. I feel.
When if I was
I'm
the
trying to
champion,
think,
I'd be selling all the merch and all the
thing
stuff and
recently
making
Yeah.
so
when
much more
someone
money.
kicked out of it, but.
Yeah,
I think
I don't
either
disagree with her.
misses or like
Yeah, I mean, I
something
agree on
happens
that
and
aspect.
can't
Where
pin
like,
them, whatever.
I think Britt should have had the
I mean,
title.
it's no
already
one
at
winged
this
angel,
point.
but like
Or at least
it's getting
a
up there.
championship match.
Yeah,
After
because
that,
right now, like,
it's
Death, who's up for a title
Tony
shot?
Schiavone with Death
Because
Triangle.
they're saying that Ty Conti's the number one contender.
Phoenix and
She
Phoenix
has
and
the
Pac.
most. She has a
Schiavo.
bunch of
Yeah.
Satan's
matches.
Vanity.
Yeah.
She's 9-2. I guess she.
She's
Death
number one right now.
Triangle.
Yeah,
It sounds weird.
I mean, that would be the next feud. I suppose.
Triangulo de la Muerte.
But and that actually brings us into the next
Yeah,
match.
he's out there with them. Phoenix
the
and Pac
Matt
are going to
Hardy
get
family
a
and/or Butcher and
title
Blade
shot for the
versus
tag belts next week.
The Bunny.
Uh,
Excuse me.
But before they can really say anything, the
versus
best friends
Ty
show
Conti,
up.
Triple B.
She's.
Yeah,
I guess
they have all
Ty Conti's
this
not
evidence
exactly
of
in the Dark
how,
Order, but like she's also not.
Hey man, she was sitting there in on- fucking with
She
them.
was sitting
throughout the
in
entire time
AJ
JW starting
slot.
with the
And like,
packing the
was it
shit out
5
of
that
the
was like,
orange
or
there.
no.
Good.
One of them was like, wait,
that
who
was
the
a really
fuck?
good match.
Like,
Though,
Oh, what the
so I
five's
can't
up?
complain about it.
yeah.
Fuck.
But yeah, of
Stu
course, like
Grayson.
they have to do
Yeah,
this
there
whole
you go.
back
Stu
and
Grayson
forth
was like,
thing.
wait a minute.
And
How long has she
eventually
been here? They're like,
Trent's on
she's
the
been
mic
here
and
the
says,
whole
"Hey, I
time,
know
you
we're in the
idiot."
back of the
Like,
line
No,
for
she
title
hasn't.
belts, but who gives a shit?
We got an alien.
Yeah, that is true. They do have an
Yeah,
alien.
this was a, this was a fine match.
I
I'm
think
super
Allie,
excited
like,
to see
that was
Chris
fun.
Statlander back.
I don't know how
think
much
she's
she's
a great
wrestled
wrestler.
before,
Her
or
character's
her
ridiculous
career
and
or
dumb, and I
whatever.
love it.
I think she's
Yeah.
still trying to
She was
like.
part of that stable.
I'm
get
super
used
glad
to
to see her
being
back.
in
You know, I'm
this
excited to see her
environment.
wrestle again. That'll be
Because
fun
she
to
hasn't
see.
had very many matches in
When she
AEW.
fucking threw that like
And like I think she,
like
I think
glass
she still does a
panel
good
at
job.
Penelope Ford's face.
Oh yeah.
Did she fucked her up, man.
Yeah.
Did you see the
Money
picture after of Penelope Ford's
is
lipstick
mine.
on the fucking
You're
sheet?
like,
yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Automatic
that
that?
arcade.
When they had the
Matrix
arcade
was-
match?
last week.
Yeah, when
She
like
did-
came out of the like
amazing.
the,
I think
the
she
claw
did
machine.
great. Oh yeah,
And she like threw the fucking
The amount
thing.
of
Like
matches
it was
she's
like
done.
way more than Penelope Ford was ready for. It like hit her right
It was
in
really
the fucking
interesting
face.
because
Oh,
during the whole match, I was thinking
Just like with Raw,
she reminds me
highlights
of some of the like
the arcade
like,
match.
Obviously, the arcade
For
match
sure.
was fucking great.
really
Jericho
good wrestlers that know how to sell.
and the Inner Circle
because
coming
she
back.
sold thing,
Yep.
you know, all the
And
hit sheets like
fucking
really
up
well.
the Pinnacle.
She reminds me of like
Retaking their locker room.
what's his
Yeah.
name?
Who was it? Was it like was
Dolph,
it
yeah.
was MJF going to the bathroom?
Shawn
Yeah, they were
Michaels.
in the
And then
bathroom.
we're like, and then
great
as soon as
sellers
they
or
try to go
And
out the front door,
honestly,
Hager's
so
right
Hager
there.
was there. That was great. Like open the door
Makes,
up,
like
close the
makes
door.
for a
We
better
gotta go,
match
and then like, oh
anyway,
no,
even
that
if
was
the
great.
person
Yeah.
We
is
had
still doing their own moves.
Don,
If they
wait,
can
was it
sell
on
moves
BET
well,
or
it
was
makes
it on
so much
Dynamite?
better.
Oh, yeah,
Don
yeah.
Callis slapped the
So
shit
much-
out of
yeah,
Matt.
definitely.
That was BT.
I will say this
no,
match
that
got a
was-
little
Was
like.
it? Oh, was
Was
it?
that okay? So
He might have done
a
on
little
BT
too many
as well.
people
Yeah,
got
he, like,
involved. I didn't
slaps
really
Matt
care about the
Jackson to,
whole
like,
like Sheeta being there.
hype him up, and Matt.
I mean,
like,
I
look,
why are
get
you
it.
here?
Well, because
And then,
like
like,
Sheeta
doesn't hit him
is,
back, though.
Doesn't hit him back. We get the match, which is
next.
the Bucks
Sheeta wants to
and
show up and do
Moxley.
stuff. Sheeta has sort
Or
of
that was
feuded
this
with
week.
like some of the
That was
different
this
bad
week.
guys and like.
Yeah.
Okay, well I guess it was
think
last week. It was the
big
Bucks and
problem with
Moxley
this
like
match, or at
team
least
up.
you know, as you're
like,
saying,
Well,
Miguel,
last
like,
week it was
to start
so many
feud.
people involved.
It
Like Matt Hardy's
was
family, there's fucking 6 or 7
Yep.
people. The
KO,
Dark Order,
the
there's fucking
brothers.
8 people. Like Sheeta shows up.
versus
There's so many
versus,
different players in this match that it like kind of
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then wasn't
it
at the end of that one is when
So,
Moxley shows up and then the Young Bucks show up.
They actually pulled
like,
this
beside
stat
him.
out. I
And
forgot
that
which
kind of
of
like
the
starts
news
this little
outlets
mini
pulled it
feud
out.
that we.
How many
built
wrestlers
into
do you
this
think were
week. Yeah.
actually shown in this episode of Dynamite? But oh man,
Yeah,
I
the
don't know the
arcade match
exact
was
number.
fun.
can
I
give
knew it
you,
was going to
like,
be silly and
pretty
dumb,
close.
and it was great. With the
Around
whack-a-mole
70
shit
something.
and
Holy
like
shit.
That's
a lot.
That's what I mean. And this is not their
came
full
into
roster
it-
either.
yeah.
So that's why,
really,
like,
doubting.
Yeah.
That's why, like,
Really, really
okay,
cautious.
you guys.
Whatever.
I understand the 3 shows
They
now.
ended up making it
but
pretty good.
Yeah.
I
Oh
think,
yeah, stop bringing people in
I think
because
Miro-
clearly you don't have enough time for
You
everyone.
know,
right
I
now.
want to give
And
credit
it's getting a
where
little
credit
like
is due.
it's getting a little messy.
Miro did a really
I would
good
rather
job.
have
He
a
looks
wider
strong in this
roster
feud.
Yeah.
because you get
And
to
Trent's mom
situations
came
where
back,
we
so,
have
you know, with
Trent,
Trent is back.
and
Trent's
he's the
mom
main
came
guy,
back.
and he's every
I'll say
fucking
this now, though.
talks for
I'm not
30 minutes.
Yeah,
of
but
biggest
like
fan of
AEW
best friends.
It's
Or
fine
Felicity.
with people right now because they
Like
have
Miro
like enough
said
people
it
that they
the
build up
best.
that's
It's a
like
walking Xanax bar.
you can actually see them getting the belt.
Like what
that you're like,
personality
okay,
there is.
there's enough
is
contenders.
I mean,
I
that's his
don't
character.
consider
though.
Dark Exactly, and there is not much character there.
I'm with that. Like
So
they do need.
he's kind of whatever to me.
AEW
let
has
Jacob
one
choose,
show,
yeah.
but
They need another main show
Yeah.
that is on TV
that
every
has
week.
consistent with the addition of
They need
personality,
another. They
though,
need another
I'm
2-hour
sorry.
show. I don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
fucking
she's had
bullshit.
fun
I
like little
fucking
segments
hate
on
that for all
BTE
3
about
hours.
like her
They
literally
need another
abducting
2-hour
people.
show.
Oh, yeah,
She's
and
like,
asking
aliens
questions.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
you
Come on.
don't
Get off the
want to
stage.
put it on
And then like
like
on Monday or Friday,
Yeah.
you don't.
Yeah,
Because
then you're going up against WWE. She had like a dumb like
For now, you will
poem
lose.
or a song.
They
for,
need a show
Orange Cassidy
on
who was asleep.
Thursday,
Yeah,
let's
it was a
say,
song,
because
yeah.
That was great.
NXT has admitted defeat essentially.
Yep, and they're
They
going
moved
to Tuesdays.
Tuesdays.
Yeah, that was like the main
So,
highlights
put a
for
show on
last week's
Thursday.
episode for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty
fucking,
sure that was a
whatever the
different
fuck
one.
you want to call it. Put
One
it on
thing I will say
Thursday.
about last week, though,
At that point, they would have to get rid
I
of Darker Elevation.
want to see.
I don't think so.
No, yeah,
I
or
really
it's
don't.
I think so at that point.
Because I
man.
think
Oh,
Dark
yeah.
Elevation is kind of like their
I hope he
NXT
sticks
where you
around
can
for a
bring
bit
up
more.
all these new
He's
people
he's
and
cool.
showcase like
But yeah.
He's
the
so
not as
bad.
popular people, but then
Yeah.
you still have enough time
Again,
for
and
all
with
these other
the
popular
trios
people
match from
to
last
be
week
on one of the two
Had
shows.
the same issue as
And you
the
don't
trios
need
match
you
from
don't,
the
you
week
don't
before.
need Jericho and the
Where
Inner
they, like,
Circle
kinda-
on both shows every week.
Yeah.
Take on one guy
you don't even
for like
it
you know
doesn't
it's a
even need to be
squash
2
for like
hours.
Yeah.
40%
It could be
of
like
the
an
match.
hour long.
I
It could be
mean,
an hour
so
long.
And
just
like
we-
you
just
can
one of the
limit it to
things
storytelling, and then you know
You
you
need
know,
a little more
tag team
time.
wrestling.
Yeah.
You just need a little more. You look at almost every
I
great
agree.
team.
Yeah, Ty Conti
in
ends
the
up
last
winning
30,
with the
40
DD
years.
tie.
There's
All
one
her
guy
moves
who
God
has a
damn
T
it,
and it
yeah.
has her fucking name in it. And one guy on the team who's the
Friggin'
closer.
I like Bunny's.
Every team has
move.
this.
Down the
Down the
road.
road.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
pretty great.
Yeah.
Steiner was
That's
the
pretty great.
workhorse.
Yeah.
Good one. It kind
Rick
of
Steiner was the
reminds me of,
closer.
Sister Abigail.
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
bit.
Every great team has the
It's
same
great.
thing,
I
and
like
you
it.
know, multiple wrestlers
there
have
was one
talked about
part,
the dynamics
I
of a
forget who
tag
says
team
it.
match where
Might have been Skill
you know,
Zone,
the
but he
baby
says,
faces
like,
in a classic
this,
sense.
This girl needs psychiatric
the
help.
workhorse
Like,
guy
yes,
gets beat up and gets all the
perfect.
heat.
Her fucking
for the
cackle is
heels.
ridiculous.
Oh
And
yeah,
the close
it's
over comes in
definitely
and beats everyone up
good.
and wins. And that's just
Yeah,
bog standard.
we get a quick thing next week. It's going to be Darby
And
Allin
with
versus
trios, you
Matt
can
Hardy
have a
in
little bit
anywhere
more of a
match
dynamic,
for the
but you still
championship.
want the
Oh
like.
god, man,
The
that's
Bucks
gonna
obviously
be
wrestling
exciting.
with
Like,
that.
oh man,
We
they're
get a bunch
beating
of
up on
shit
this
there.
guy.
We get
the
we
main
get a hot
event.
tag and
We're going
bring
to get Jake
somebody
Carter
in.
versus Red Velvet next week.
And so
Yeah,
I guess
man.
it's the sense of like
And main
you have
event,
the workhorse getting
Kenny
beat
Omega
up,
and the
then
Good
you have either
Brothers
two closers or whatever
with Don Callis
to
versus
kind of
John
come in and
Moxley
finish the match. But
and
then
the
like
Young Bucks.
because it's AW,
This
there's a
was a
much
cool
more
match.
equal
It was
a
feel
cool
to
match.
things.
Like,
So where you can do
this
more
was
crazy
a
moves
lot
and
of
fun stuff.
storytelling in this
And
match.
I think that's just part
that
of
I think like that I'm
like,
super
the
excited
integral
for.
of how tag team wrestling
Essentially,
works. we have a box standard match. Everyone's kind of fighting. The Young Bucks
from there,
start to kind of grow apprehensive. They don't. I can see that. I think it's too much
at one
because
point,
there's
Matt's
people
constantly
beating up on one guy.
He's checking up on Kenny to see if he's okay before it does anything. And even hesitates to give Kenny a super kick.
Normally, if it's a 2-on-2, they're the workhorse guy getting beaten up, and after the whole match, the team is tagging in and out, whatever, and then finally the hot tag, and then however that match ends. But now that there's 3 people, it just takes longer for the hot tag to happen. Mad at them, and it could feel like it's.
Nick has no problem doing it. Matt is the one who's constantly I don't want to do this, and that's what pisses John Moxley off.
I'm gonna give it
because at one point he goes in, he tags himself in. He gives Kenny 2 paradigm shifts and a chokehold,
that it seems
and they're like, okay, what's gonna happen? And then they shoot the shit out of John Moxley.
One guy, and I think that just could be an issue with
Kingston runs down,
trying to figure out what they
Good
want
Brothers
to do
stomp
with
his ass.
Clearly, it's because
he's pretty much done for. Match killer on the ramp, which I was super happy about.
Kenny Omega gets the win.
Mark.
I'm super excited.
What?
I want stupid dumb Bullet Club bullshit. But and I'm hoping they're building maybe this whole thing with best friends.
So here's a lot of problem that I see a lot of people talk about. That the Young Bucks keep flip flopping.
I wouldn't hate
face.
I definitely think they're building up to a trios belt.
And everyone's like, okay,
because
you guys need to kind of pick one side right now. Because
several teams that are 3 people.
It'd be kind of nice to be consistent for a little while because it feels like, now you're this week. They're saying are you guys the Big Show tag team wrestling? What the fuck is this?
All right,
I don't after that interview we get a quick thing of Mike Tyson
right now, hanging out.
I wouldn't even say that they were that's cool face because I think it was like we get Inner Circle in the ring, thinking of a conflict of conscience kind of thing. One of Jericho's better promos of his career, I feel like Kenny and the Good Brothers were doing. It's because they remember this was doing super cool. The Inner Circle is bad guys, black, and they didn't want to be that again. But it's so easy to shit on everyone. And when they're back to that, they're winning.
Calling them pineapple at one point.
And
MJF gets called his jerk off friend.
In there, he basically every single member of the Pinnacle, including Tully Blanchard, apart. Calling Tony Blanchard like a third-rate horseman, in between Ole Anderson and Nick Jackson, Tony Roma. In this sense, was kind of like the one just taking orders from Matt.
I do like the part where Matt was the one who basically decided I'm not very smart at things. He goes in high school chemistry, I was told am I on dope? And then he turns his head at one point well, were you good at chemistry? Yeah, no, nobody was. And you're like, God damn.
The Young Bucks again are one of those teams that
this is a fantastic
promo. He also insulted
given that specific title. Face
or just because they keep flip-flopping. I think that's what bothering people. The other 2 big complaints I have is that he put his face. Let them have this story. Wait for the people to get the tag team title when MJF shows up.
It was pretty great. It was
God, man. The main title is also involved in the story. It just feels like, all right, you guys are just throwing everything on one pot. You could be building a story with the tag belts elsewhere.
My thing is
that's what bothers people.
They're going with a New World Order, Bullet Club, whatever, where the main guys who are just everything he's done has been great. He's been a multi-time champion from all kinds of different companies, and they have to build that up. Clearly, for me, he's the young Bucks to maybe whoever. You need to build up that a new team or somebody not it's not that I hated Jericho. I didn't have an appreciation for Jericho up until maybe 10 years ago. Stu Grayson, and then finally for whatever reason it snapped. Fight their way through all of the rest of the card and eventually get to a point where going back and watching.
I think that's another problem. You want another group controlling all the gold.
He's fucking hilarious. It's not even necessarily that because Hangman isn't part of the Dark Order. He can go his own way at all. Yes, but he would go his own way after that.
That's like hanging out with cholos all the time.
Come back,
like there all the time. And you held a gun for the cholos, but I'm not.
A fairly bland character like Dean Malenko, exciting. My
booking down that guy one time.
My booking idea is, I can't put him over. Get Hangman the main title and get another deserving team the titles from the Young Bucks. But don't just do it right away. You need to build it up where you are.
Yeah. Got the mic. Started talking shit.
I want to see them lose because they're such assholes.
That's the vibe.
It's actually hit you with some good.
It was fun.
Oh my god, there's so many good ones just for that story. They don't need the belts for that.
They do. Someone's dad.
I think it's like because they need to.
Jericho has
especially now that they're going back to being bad guys. It's classic wrestling. They want the belts. They need the belts. I think that's they don't have the belts. I wouldn't say the issue. That's just what it is. They're just being bad guys for no reason. And it's definitely not. It hasn't. That doesn't work. Not that it hasn't aged well, but it's definitely aged out.
And then the last complaint I also didn't hear about this one is he said Wardlow had to take off all his clothes to count to 20. You watched a lot of the New Japan stuff.
He's got $1 million body with a 13-cent brain. I don't know if they're banking a lot on that.
Well, yeah, because every time Don Callis is he's saying you're not the New Japan stuff, and there's been people that are like, I haven't watched any of that stuff. I'm just watching AEW because it was like the alternative.
I honestly
and I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I feel that's a minority of the AEW. Yeah. AEW fans, I think, it was watch super a lot of different wrestling because
it's still a valid.
Paul Roma, not Tony Roma.
Yeah, but Tony Roma it's to me, it's a vocal minority.
Football, yeah. I think.
Whatever.
Because how many people know, like, how many people, at least if you didn't watch New Japan, you knew about the Bullet Club. Yeah, you knew the Young Bucks were in New Japan. You knew that was amazing, and then, we get, instead of a mark,
even if you're someone who, like, you've just heard of Bullet Club, like, okay, I know who they are, I don't really know the story, I don't really know the background. So, and then they also set up May 5th. Right now, I'm just on the Dynamite. You're telling me all this backstory. You're telling me all this facts about backstory that I've never read, so I don't care.
Well, yeah, but like you can't show 2 hours of a fucking. I want to know what that documentary.
Oh yeah, I don't know, but who cares?
And maybe they will.
Yeah,
someone's gonna get their.
So that's been the big 3 complaints I've heard. But like, take the belts off.
A wrestling match.
The New Japan thing. And whatever I said first.
I don't know. I was gonna say it's gonna be like just because I've watched a lot of New Japan, all that shit. So like I'm
weapons. Someone's gonna get tried it.
Yeah, I don't know. Those complaints to me seem like people complaining because it's not the WWE. Because WWE storytelling is so fucking stupid.
After that, we have an interview with Dasha and Christian.
Different type of storytelling, and it's long term, and it involves stuff that isn't right.
I honestly didn't really pay attention to what he was saying.
Me either.
And people,
the only thing that I didn't know is that our red button showed up. And the wishy-washy thing. That was the other thing.
I don't know.
So that was the 3 big complaints. Because like right now, it just feels like Taz shows up in the middle of it.
If you guys are gonna be a face,
he
offers
Christian
all face.
Technically a spot in Team Taz.
Be a face and like stick to it for at least a little bit.
Should he stop doing this back and forth thing? Because it almost feels like, we're just plugging you into whatever story we need to right now. All right, now flip again. Wait, what? And then flip again, and you're like, God damn it!
I don't think they've even flip flopped that much. Like what? They weren't necessarily joke from WCW,
but they were like more good guys.
No, but like Casey, I mean, so before this most recent thing, they were just the Young Bucks. They weren't heels or faces or whatever.
I don't know.
Well, they were just the Young Bucks. Who's the dude that were kicking the shit out of?
I'm gonna tell him later that I made a spot joke, and he'll know.
Was it Alex Marvez?
Yeah,
Alex Marvez was like super kicking the shit out of him and like not caring about Tony Khan, so they were kind of heels right there.
Yeah,
and then went back to being good guys and not caring like a lot of people. I'm still
being
very
good guys was a
underwhelmed
long
that
enough
Christian
time to
was
them
the
be like
person that they were
officially good
debuting.
guys.
Yeah, but that's what I mean, like the concept. So it's kind of like
I don't see it as that. I see it as it's the Young Bucks being the Young Bucks. Now they're finally
somebody else
picking a side.
Who it should have been.
I hope so.
Should have been.
Yeah. I can't see the argument for them being good guys.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm not against that whatsoever.
Just the Young Bucks. They were the tag champs, or they were going for the titles.
They were just being assholes.
Yeah, and that's them as a tag team. Like they're the arrogant like.
Is it just the Bucks?
Yeah. So somehow
up until now,
I don't know how.
Even with their
he's somehow less injured than New Jack
with Moxley.
And I don't fucking understand that. Yeah, he's just John Moxley.
What if it was a New Jack?
The whole flip fight, they're not the fucking Big Show. He literally would like in a month at one point. I don't think
no way.
Like, and that's the very WWE style of like.
He'd be perfect for the blood and guts match.
He would be. AEW doesn't have that.
New Jack actually guts his opponent
in the ring. He would try to legitimately kill somebody. First did the first pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Someone's like, "Oh, are you going to be a face or a heel this time?" And he's like, "Dude, this is 2018, 2019.
Christian, whatever. Maybe he'll join.
That doesn't like that. Like those terms.
After that, we get Jurassic Express.
Those terms don't matter anymore.
Bear Country.
They obviously do.
This was a fun match.
They do because people like to put labels on stuff. Like Kenny Omega right now is a heel. I will agree with that. He's a bad guy. The Good Brothers are bad guys. Don Callis is a bad guy.
Whatever.
Are the Young Bucks? Maybe. We don't know yet. We'll have to see next week or down the line what they develop them into.
If they start
our whole gimmick,
or wear a bear mask.
Yes.
I don't know about that, but like
I don't have a problem with the Bucks. Like a old timey. But I don't like the Roman Legionnaire. Like
Vexillary hood
and see like
with the bear.
I understand how they all of them want to be like in one goal, but it's like, all right, like,
you're gonna pay for
you
it.
have all these tag teams that you can build a story around.
Exactly.
Hey man, they got Tony Khan kind of separated for right now while you're doing this whole
trios. I think we need the trios title.
It kind of like
they can afford the rights to songs. Why can't you afford me a sweet mask, Tony?
This was a cool
match. These guys are in charge of the company. They have all the.
I think that's what they're
great. I obviously love seeing.
I think that's the idea behind the story.
I'm glad that Bear Country has kind of like.
That's a bad
elevated from dark.
Yeah, we'll see.
To the main.
I mean, again, I'm a huge mark for NWO, so what do I fucking know?
I mean, I am still a little sad that like
that was it for
Jurassic
AEW.
Express still
bad
hasn't
guys
gotten
win.
the
Young
belts.
Bucks are bad guys, I guess. I mean,
considering where the belts are right now,
the club I see it as they still have yet to do. You have one set of titles.
That is true.
They have yet to do one.
So many tag teams,
so we don't know.
You don't want to
do kind of like the WWE or WCW thing where you constantly are changing titles?
Because I think this was a solid
to be a
show.
Yeah,
for AEW.
The problem I say that is because
they lost in the ratings, if that matters to you,
because
there was a takeover for
to be
NXT.
fair,
that they're going.
NXT did a takeover.
NXT basically did a pay-per-view.
So that's why it's understandable.
It's the Young Bucks.
The other thing that they still won.
That's why I think as soon as the trios belt comes up,
but
you'll see
the other thing that AEW is looking at is so their women audience has gone down.
That's trying to get the trios title,
and no one really knows why yet. I don't know if it's because of violence
of a tag team reign,
or who knows, but it has gone down in number.
When are we going to get the belt that all the members?
We'll see how AEW does now that they're uncontested on Wednesdays, and same thing for NXT. Now they're going to be uncontested because Impact I think have that Thursdays.
What belt would that be?
So you have wrestling every single day if you really. It's like one of those things where each of them gets a piece of the belt, and when they stand next to each other, it connects to big one big
Megazord belt.
It was like the Power Rangers gun.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
What?
I had that gun as a kid.
Yeah. All the bits.
Yeah.
Monday.
It's pretty good.
Dope-ass toy. Yeah. What's on
You have
ranks, and that's all I
have.
Stop
a
it.
show.
Stop it.
That gives you matches.
Stop it. Jurassic Express. Don't fucking. I wasn't super surprised by that. As much as they've been kind of pushing Jurassic Express.
I refuse to
I think my favorite part of this match is with at one point.
I'm gonna rate this AEW a 7 out of 10.
Has
solid. Good matches.
Jungle Boy on
I enjoyed all the storytelling, regardless of people
in the corner, but he does
that
cannonball into the corner with him on his back still. I'm like, I'll give it a 6. I think it was really good and inventive. I hadn't seen that.
I
it wasn't the most
cannonball.
exciting thing. I know the Darby versus the JD guy. I'm like, I don't really care about that guy. Neat to see him. I'm like, cool. Bear Country's thing. I'm like, you knew they weren't gonna win. So I'm like, okay, it was neat to see, but still, he bounces. It's definitely better than what we get from the other companies most of the time. So I can't really complain that way. But compared to AEW standards, it's still good.
Yeah.
Which one? Yeah, either one.
I don't know.
I
never understood that.
-1
just
for
a shit house. There we go.
Lucha Bros did not wrestle. +1 for Bunny did wrestle. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jurassic Express wins. I've been requested for a quick shout out for. After that, it is QT Marshall and his new team.
They don't have a name yet, right?
Yeah, don't think so. Yeah, that's
so all the segment was like
delicious.
Better be. Just essentially introducing people from his team.
That is
I didn't get the names of the other guys, unfortunately.
Who do we have here?
Anyway,
that is it for our review. Thank you for Nightmare Factory is their name.
Thank you for listening to the Off the Buddha Scale Wrestling Podcast. You can find us on Apple, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, any other place you find your podcast.
You can also find us on YouTube, because I know he introduced listening to us there. Kind of gives a little snippet for each one.
We also have a Patreon, so if you support us, we would deeply appreciate it.
Yes, please. Again, thank you for listening.
Like O's, I think.
Nick Camarado was in there. I'm not sure who else.
I don't remember his name.
Generic guy number 3.
There's a boxer, right?
Agogo was a boxer.
Oh, okay.
I did like how they have that little introduction thing for him where it shows him like, oh, okay, he was a boxer. He was kind of big beforehand, and he's like stepping into the wrestling world now. And I do like at one point where he says like, yo, man, I'm like known all over Britain. And then like some of the guys I review are from Britain. They're like, I don't know who the fuck that guy is.
Nice.
But all they did is just say, hey, we're tired of living in the shadows. Fuck Cody Rhodes. And to show the retaliation to Cody Rhodes, they actually, I think it's actual paint that they threw on the wall.
Yeah, I think they actually like fucked up the Nightmare Factory logo.
Was that a mistake? And you were supposed to get the fake paint?
Yeah, it didn't. I don't think they do that.
Who knows?
I hope not.
I hope not.
Nah, Brian, we do everything real when you're dealing with those guys.
Hey, maybe.
Am I going to bust up your forehead? No, you're not going to blade. I'm going to cut your forehead for real.
Get him, man. I think this is a boxing match, right? No.
Oh, God.
Just fucking get some.
Nah, man, I have a boxing glove with, like, cement in it.
Oh, no. You got to inject mercury into it.
God damn.
After that, we're going to get a Sting interview, but instead, Jake the Snake shows up and interrupts him before he can say anything.
This was weird.
And they're kind of talking back and forth, and then Lance Archer shows up, and he's like, hey, I'm fucking pissed about all this dumb bullshit. You know, where's Darby Allin?
He's tired of, like, being pushed to the main event, then dropped.
Yep.
And then Sting agrees?
Yeah, he's just like...
I found that so fucking odd.
I don't think so.
No, I think I didn't find it so weird.
I think Sting is here to put dudes over, and to make other people look good, and to be, like, an enhancement for other people.
So that's kind of my thing. Like, I understood why he essentially like put over Lance Archer.
Yeah. So I get Sting is kind of there to enhance everyone and make everyone else look good. But yeah, I think the problem I have with it is just like it came out as weird.
Maybe a little bit, but like, I mean, Sting also tells Jake the Snake like, "Hey, you need to fucking get your guy in line and like, you know, he deserves all this stuff, like make him work harder," kind of thing.
I was really hoping that one segment he calls like Lance boy, and then like Lance gets all pissed off.
Yeah,
what the fuck you call him boy? And he like tosses over Jake to the side, getting this thing. Like, it would have been great.
We do also see Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky kind of looking in from the balcony.
Oh yeah, like man, what the fuck is? So are they gonna have Sting and Lance versus Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page?
I don't know.
That's why I don't know what the.
I don't think so because like
where's the dots?
Because like Sting and Lance win that.
Do they?
Yeah, absolutely they win that.
You think they would crush Scorpio and Ethan?
That's what I'm saying is why they don't do that. Because in that situation, Sting and Lance would win.
I could see Ethan Page losing if it was individual because he's like still new.
Yeah, but like
Scorpio, I don't think they want to crush.
But like that's why they don't do that. That's why they wouldn't have like a tag team thing. I think Scorpio and Lance are gonna have to do more stuff in Dark or you know show up in the regular main roster and like start winning. Because they need to, they you know, if they want to build them up, you have to feature them. You can't just have them watching people.
Yeah, this whole section was just confusing as shit. Like I don't think I was that big of a fan of this whole thing. I'm like,
it was a little convoluted with too many players. I think that were different like factions and you know motivations and stuff. I mean, we'll see where it develops.
I mean, where do you want it to go?
So, again, I don't think Sting and Darby need to be a team.
Yeah.
I think Sting is here to hype up Darby and to be like, oh man, Darby's with Sting. That's cool. Like I'm gonna. And
he's me.
I think that's the reason, honestly. So I think we could even see Sting like going off and like being almost like a mercenary mentor to other people and helping other people out, or even Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page fuck up Sting and they make a name for themselves by doing that. And Lance Archer wants to get revenge on them because, like, oh, hey, it's Sting. You can't fucking do that. So, I don't know. I mean, that's my thoughts at least.
Oh, man. Sting's going to walk around with, like, a jar of scorpions throwing them on people. Catch! Ah!
But yeah.
The scorpion splash.
Oh, like fucking...
It's a jar, like, acid and stuff?
A pot of scorpions.
Yeah.
After that, we get a TNT Championship match, which I'm glad that they're doing it every week. They absolutely need to. Darby Allin with Sting versus J.D. Drake with Ryan Nemeth and Cesar Bonani.
So this guy came out of nowhere, basically.
Yeah. J.D. Drake, yeah. It was definitely a little
Well, he's
odd.
on Dark. Or is he on Elevation? He's on one of them.
I won,
both.
But either way, it was just a thing to, like, just kind of show him off.
Yeah.
So audience get to know him. Like, I did look like he just looked like a regular dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, man, I can see that guy, like, in a construction zone or, like, in an office.
That's
me! Yeah, exactly.
You know, but he still, had some pretty...
Yeah,
agile moves.
Yeah. I was like, I'm not gonna say like
pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say like, oh man, this guy really impressed me. It's like, okay, you know what? He's not bad. I don't know anything about this guy, so I don't know if he's been in the wrestling business for long.
Yeah, apparently one of the commentators said that he's big in the indie scene. So
okay,
I don't know.
I mean, I don't really know who he is, unfortunately, but
yeah.
If he continues to be on TV and he like actually develops a character or something, it'd be kind of cool to see him around.
Oh, yeah, he didn't do too bad. So
yeah, exactly. He pulled off a pretty good. It was a little nice match. We did have interference from Sting at one point, of course.
Well, interference from the hunk.
From Sting.
The hunk.
Nah, Sting.
Come on, the hunk.
Hollywood
the hunk.
Oh
Hollywood
yeah,
hunk.
Ryan
Nemeth.
Yeah. And then Sting, of course.
Yep.
That was
Sting.
That was a good segment, actually. How like just kind of like walks him off.
Yeah.
Like and Ryan Emma's like, oh my god.
Yeah, like they show him in the parking lot taking off after a while.
Just like, taking off.
I didn't think they were gonna like chase him that far with the cameras.
Yeah.
Like, god damn, guys, all right, we get it. But like, okay, so he got chased off. What happened to Bononi?
He comes in later, remember?
Yeah, but like, why wouldn't he like interfere during more?
You can't do that. It's illegal.
Because reasons. Shut up.
Shut up. By the way. There's rules. Yeah, Darby wins with a coffin drop. Still TNT champ.
Yep.
I'm definitely wondering who's going to take the belt from him. I hope it's Lance Archer.
I'm assuming it's going to.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be Lance, because Lance already had his chance at that. I think it might be just somebody else in general.
Yeah.
Who?
I mean, they have a couple of options that they could do. Like I said, if it was Jungle Boy, I would definitely want him to do it. That'd be kind of cool. If you honestly either give it to Penta or Ray, or even Pac, I think that'd be cool. If they don't make a triple, like trio
I think they're gonna go for more trio stuff.
Yeah, that's why if they don't go for a trio thing, I think that'd be kind of cool to do.
Yeah. Who has the tag?
Current tag?
Yeah.
Young Bucks.
Young Bucks.
Oh god, yeah, the books.
Yeah. Young Bucks.
They've had it for so long that I forgot the tag. I forgot about tags.
And it definitely sucks because
it does suck a lot.
Their feud right now isn't about the tag team championships.
So we'll discuss it when we get to the last part. How's that? Because there's quite a bit to discuss in last segment.
After Darby Allin wins, Butcher and Blade show up with Ali and they fuck him up. But then
Dark Order
show back up. Ty Conti starts brawling with Ali,
and they kind of break it up. This segment.
Maybe a little bit.
Because they have that. I thought that was the opener to their match.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought too. It's like, wait, why'd they stop fighting?
I think just to show up and help Darby Allin.
It was weird.
Yeah. I also don't know why the Dark Order helped Darby Allin.
Yeah, me either.
We get a video package about stuff between the Elite, and then we go into Alex Marvez talking to Chris Jericho.
Yep.
But then the Pinnacle fuck everyone up.
Kick his ass.
Yeah.
They take Jericho to the ring while they're stomping his ass, and everyone's wondering, well, where the hell's Inner Circle? What happened? And then you get a video backstage of a cameraman running to the locker room,
and their door's locked,
bolted down or something.
Their door's basically locked, and they can't get out. So they're trying to bust the door down. But then, who saves the day?
Fucking Tyson,
Iron Mike Tyson. He saves the day. He scatters the Pinnacle.
He fucking piston punch spears to death practically,
and then he basically embraces with Jericho.
Just a small nitpick. It was cool, but I kind of envisioned it going a different way because I knew Mike Tyson's here. He's gonna do something.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw him come out, I thought he was gonna come out and stare off one of the Pinnacle, and I think he was just gonna haymaker him, knock him out, and all the other Pinnacle be, oh my god, carry him out or something. I thought that would have been a better way to show because it's Mike Tyson.
Because they immediately scatter for one guy, and you're like, fucking stomp his ass.
No, it's Mike Tyson.
And there's still 5 guys.
Just punch you out.
Yeah, I thought it would have been better to have just pretend knockout spears. Yeah. And then the Pinnacle.
I guess you could have done it the Pinnacle stops fucking up Jericho, and they're kind of standing there, and then for whatever reason Sean Spears goes to attack Tyson, and he punches him out, and then
fucking gets him,
and then they freak out,
and oh fuck off,
drag him out of there.
Yeah,
that would have been cool.
That would have been cool. But
and it would have shown that Tyson still has it to knock your ass out in one punch.
Yeah.
Even though I'm pretty sure I don't want to get hit by Tyson now. It still looks like it hurts like a motherfucker.
Anyway, yeah.
All right, won't be into the face, Brian. What if he punched you in the stomach
once? I like having
for 10 G's.
Body parts.
10 G's, he can punch you once. Right in the stomach.
No.
I mean, that's 10 G's, though.
That's, I would do it.
Yeah.
I would do it. Yeah,
all right.
I would do it.
All right, fine, Brian. How about 50 G's, but it's a kidney punch?
No,
which is even worse.
That's way worse.
No. I could extract my kidney and sell it for more than that if I wanted to lose a kidney.
Oh man! But what if you have bad kidneys?
Something to consider.
I mean, I have bad kidneys, so I can't sell mine on the black market for shit.
We get a kind of earlier in the day segment with Britt Baker wants a title shot.
It was kind of confusing what she said, though.
I mean, a little bit.
So she goes along the lines that she wants a title shot.
Yeah.
And she says, you know what? Fuck wins and losses.
Yeah.
I'm going to fix the system by getting more wins than losses.
Well,
so I was like, wait, what?
I think her point of view might not have been articulated well, but I got the idea where she wants the WWE style of title shots where she brings in the money, she's the popular one, she's had the great matches, she sells the merch. Why isn't she the champion? Why doesn't she get title shots? Because she doesn't have as many wins and losses? That's dumb to her. That's not as important as all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Which in AEW, it's not. That's the opposite. But
or so they say, anyway.
Or so they say. I mean, it doesn't really matter. But that was her argument. Was hey, I'm the fucking best, and everyone knows it. Why am I not getting title shots? Wins and losses don't fucking matter. When, if I was the champion, I'd be selling all the merch and all the stuff and making the company more money. Yeah, I don't disagree with her.
Yeah, I mean, I agree on that aspect where, like, I think Britt should have had the title already at this point.
Or at least a championship match.
Yeah. Because right now, like, who's up for the title shot?
I don't know.
Because they're saying that Ty Conti's the number one contender.
She has the most. She has a bunch of matches.
Yeah.
She's 9-2. I guess she's
number one right now, though. So.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be the next feud, I suppose. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
But and that actually brings us into the next match: Allie of the Matt Hardy family and/or Butcher and Blade versus
Bunny of
the Bunny. Excuse me.
Family.
Versus Ty Conti
of Triple B.
I guess Ty Conti's not exactly in the Dark Order, but like she's also not.
Hey man, she was sitting on.
She was sitting in
Anna Jay's
spot, and like who was it? 5 that was like, or no, one of them was like, wait, who the fuck? Like,
oh, what the 5 was fuck. Stu Grayson.
Yeah.
There we go.
Stu Grayson was like, wait a minute. How long has she been here? And they're like, she's been here the whole time, you idiot. Like, what? No, she hasn't. But yeah, this was a fine match. I think Allie, like...
It was fun.
I don't know how much she's wrestled before or her career or whatever. I think she's still trying to, like, get used to being in this environment. Because she hasn't had very many matches in AEW.
Yeah, she hasn't.
And, like, I think she still does a good job.
Dude.
What?
Bunny is my Billy Kay.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Yeah.
Automatic,
good
modifiers to this.
Yeah. Bunny's great.
She did amazing. I think she did great, for the amount of matches she's done, whatever. But it was really interesting because during the whole match, I was thinking, like, she reminds me of some of the really good, really good wrestlers that know how to sell.
Yeah.
Because she sold all the hits she took really well. She reminds me of what's his name?
Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph, yeah.
Shawn Michaels, Dolph Ziggler.
Shawn Michaels, yeah, him too. The great sellers or whatever.
And that honestly, sometimes in my opinion, makes for a better match anyway. Even if the person isn't as skilled doing their own moves, if they can sell moves well, it makes it so much better.
Oh yeah.
So much better.
Yeah, definitely.
I will say this match got a little a little too many people got involved. I didn't really care about the whole Sheeta being there. I'm like, that's fine, but why are you here?
Well, because Sheeta is they're kind of pushing Ty Conti with all this stuff. Like she's next. Sheeta wants to show up and kind of do stuff. Sheeta has sort of feuded with some of the different bad guys, and I think the big problem with this match, or at least in as you're saying, Miguel, is there's so many people involved. Like Matt Hardy's family, there's fucking 6 or 7 people. The Dark Order, there's fucking 8 people. Like Sheeta shows up, There's so many different players in this match that it kind of muddles it a little bit.
So, they actually pulled this stat out. I forgot which of the news outlets pulled it out. How many wrestlers do you think were actually shown in this episode of Dynamite?
I have no idea.
I don't know the exact number. I can give you pretty close.
No idea.
Around 70 something.
Holy shit. That's a lot.
That's what and this is not their full roster either.
Yeah.
So that's why okay, you guys, I understand the 3 shows now, but you stop bringing people in because clearly you don't have enough time for everyone right now, and it's getting a little messy.
I would rather have a wider roster because you get to the situations where we have look at Roman Reigns and he's the main guy and he's every fucking week and he talks for 30 minutes.
Yeah,
every week.
But AEW is fine with people right now because they have enough people that they build up that's you can actually see them getting the belt.
Yeah,
that you're okay, there's enough contenders.
I don't consider Dark or Elevation actual shows though.
I'm with that. They do need
AEW has 1 show. Dynamite.
Yeah. They need another main show that is on TV
that has consistent storytelling as well.
They need another 2-hour show. I don't want a 3-hour fucking bullshit. I fucking hate that Raw's 3 hours. They need another 2-hour show, whether it's you don't want to put it on Monday or Friday. You don't.
Yeah.
Because then you're going up against WWE and you will lose. For now, you will lose. They need a show on Thursday, let's say, because NXT has admitted defeat essentially.
Yep, and they're going to Tuesdays.
So put a show on Thursday.
Yeah.
Fucking whatever the fuck you want to call it, put it on Thursday.
At that point, they would have to get rid of Dark or Elevation.
I don't think so.
No,
I really don't.
I think so at that point.
Because I think Dark and Elevation is kind of like their NXT, where you can bring up all these new people and showcase the not as popular people, but then you still have enough time for all these other popular people to be on one of the 2 shows.
Yeah.
And you don't need Jericho and the Inner Circle on both shows every week.
Yeah.
Or you don't even, it doesn't even need to be 2 hours.
Yeah,
it could be like an hour long.
It can be an hour long,
and just like you just need limited storytelling, and then you
need a little more time.
Yeah,
you just need a little more time. I agree. But yeah, Tai Conti ends up winning with the DD tie. All her moves that have a T in it have her fucking name in it.
I like Bunny's move down the rabbit
hole. Oh, that's pretty great. That's pretty great. Yeah,
good one. It kind of reminds me of Sister Abigail.
Yeah,
a little bit.
It's great. I like it.
There was one part that I forget who says it. Might have been Schiavone, but he says like this girl needs psychiatric help.
Yeah,
like, yes, perfect.
Her fucking cackle is ridiculous.
It's so definitely good.
But yeah, we get a quick thing next week. It's going to be Darby Allin versus Matt Hardy in a Falls Count Anywhere match for the championship.
Oh God, man!
The Bucks are obviously wrestling. You know that match. We got a bunch of shit there. We get
main event.
We're going to get Jade Cargill versus Red Velvet next week.
Oh man!
And main event: Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers with Don Callis versus Jon Moxley and the Young Bucks. This was a cool match.
It was a cool match. Like
this was a lot of storytelling in this match that I think that I'm super excited for. Essentially, we have a bog standard match. Everyone's kind of fighting. The Young Bucks start to kind of grow apprehensive. They don't want to hurt Kenny Omega.
Yeah, at one point, Matt's constantly he's checking up on Kenny to see if he's okay before he does anything. And he even hesitates to give Kenny a super kick at one point.
Yeah, they're the Bucks eventually, after the whole match, the Bucks get Kenny into the BTE trigger where they're gonna knee him, and they can't do it, and Jon Moxley's mad at them.
Well, Nick has no problem doing it. Matt is the one who's constantly I don't want to do this, and that's what pisses Jon Moxley off, because at one point he goes in, he tags himself in, he gives Kenny 2 paradigm shifts and a chokehold. And they're like, okay, what's gonna happen? And then they super kick the shit out of Jon Moxley.
The Bucks betray Jon Moxley.
Yep. Kingston runs down. Good Brothers stomp his ass.
Yep.
He's pretty much done for.
Magic
Killer on the ramp, which I was super happy about.
Yeah. Kenny Omega gets the win. I'm super excited. I want stupid dumb Bullet Club bullshit, and I'm hoping they're building up to that now.
So here's a lot of problem that I've seen a lot of people talk about. That the Young Bucks keep flip-flopping if they're face and or heel. And everyone's like, okay, you guys need to kind of pick one side right now. Because
they don't, though.
Well, it'd be kind of nice to be consistent for a little while. Because it feels like, oh, now you're this week. They're saying, are you guys the Big Show of tag team wrestling? What the fuck is this?
See, I don't even think...
they're not even in between right now, though.
I wouldn't even say that they were face, because I think it was like a what am I thinking of? A conflict of conscience kind of thing where they didn't necessarily like what Kenny and the Good Brothers were doing because they remember doing that back in New Japan, being the bad guys, and they didn't want to be that again. But it's so easy to go back to that.
Yeah.
And when they're back to that, they're winning, and they're the best, and they're with the winners, and they're making more money, and Don Callis is right.
Yeah.
In their mind, at least. That's so my thing is, for this storytelling, I liked it so much because Don Callis was right the whole time. And Nick Jackson, in this sense, was kind of the one just taking orders from Matt. And Matt was the one who basically decided for them, we're going to be the bad guys again.
Yeah.
And whether they're heels in that sense, which I would definitely say Kenny and the Good Brothers are heels.
Oh, hell yeah, they are.
The Young Bucks, again, are one of those teams that they don't need to be given that specific title, face or heel.
Well, it's just because they keep flip flopping. I think that's what's bothering people.
I don't think it was
the other 2 big complaints I have is let them have this story.
Yeah.
Get the tag team title belts off of them.
Yeah.
See,
and because also the main title is also involved in this story, it just feels all right, you guys are just throwing everything on one pot. You could be building a story with the tag belts elsewhere.
See, my thing is,
that's what bothers people.
They're going with a New World Order, Bullet Club, whatever, where the main guys who are bad guys have all the gold, and you want them to lose, and they have to build that up.
Yeah.
You can't just have the Young Bucks lose to fucking whoever. You need to build up that a new team or somebody Hangman and let's say Evil Uno and Stu Grayson. Them 3 fight their way through all of the rest of the card and eventually get to a point where they beat Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. But I think
that's another problem. Do you want another group controlling all the gold again?
It's not even necessarily that, because Hangman isn't part of the Dark Order. He can go his own way.
But he hangs out with them all the time.
Yes, but he would go his own way after that.
That's like hanging out with cholos all the time and saying you're not a cholo. But you're there all the time.
If you don't do
and
cholo
you held
stuff,
a gun for the cholos, but I'm not a cholo.
If you don't do cholo stuff, I just think like, my
I just
booking,
shook down that guy one time.
My booking idea is, get Hangman the main title and get another deserving team the titles from the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
But don't just do it right away. You need to build it up where you're it's not that you hate the Young Bucks, but you're like, man, I want to see them lose because they're such assholes.
Yeah, it's just like
it takes time to do that.
It's just like, all right, just take that belt off. Just for that story, because they don't need the belts for that story.
They do, though.
Do they?
I think they do, because they need to be the champions especially now that if they're going back to being bad guys, they want the belts, they need the belts, because if they don't have the belts, like, what are they doing? They're just being bad guys for no reason?
Yes.
But that doesn't work.
Does it?
No.
And then the last complaint I also didn't hear about this one is like, so they're banking that you watched a lot of the New Japan stuff for the Young Bucks. Like, what about new fans that haven't seen that?
I don't know if they're banking a lot on that.
Well, yeah, because like every time like Don Callis is like, he's saying like, oh, you're not the New Japan stuff, and there's been people that are like, I haven't watched any of that stuff. I'm just watching AEW because it was like the alternative.
I honestly,
and I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I feel that's a minority of the AEW fans. AEW fans, I think, watch a lot of different wrestling because
it's still a valid complaint.
Yeah, but like to me, it's a vocal minority. Because how many people, at least if you didn't watch New Japan, you knew about the Bullet Club. You knew the Young Bucks were in New Japan. You knew that they were
if you knew about that story, you're way more invested because you know that stuff.
But
if you're someone who have just heard of Bullet Club, like, okay, I know who they are. I don't really know the story. I don't really know the background. I just know they came from over there and that's it. And right now I'm just... You're telling me all this backstory. You're telling me all this facts about backstory that I've never read, so I don't care.
Well, yeah, but like you can't show 2 hours of a fucking New Japan like documentary.
Oh yeah,
they could put a video package out,
and maybe they will.
Yeah,
that's
been the big 3 complaints I've heard. But like, take the belts off, the New Japan thing, and whatever I said first. I
don't know. I mean, it may be just because I've watched a lot of New Japan, all that shit. So like, I'm in the know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Those complaints to me seem like people complaining because it's not WWE. Because WWE storytelling is so fucking stupid. They hold your hand with everything. This is different style of storytelling, and it's long term, and it involves stuff that isn't right in front of your face right now.
Yeah.
And it requires people to think, and people don't like doing that apparently.
And the wishy-washy thing. That was the other thing. Yeah.
And I don't know.
Yeah. That was the 3 big complaints. Because like right now it just feels like, okay, if you guys are gonna be the face, I'm not saying you have to be like all face, baby face all the time. Just like be a face and like stick to it for at least a little bit, and then stop doing this back and forth thing, because it almost feels like, oh, we're just plugging you into whatever story we need to right now. All right, now flip again, and then flip again, and you're like, God damn it!
I don't think they've even flip flopped that much. Like they weren't necessarily heels before,
but they were like more good guys.
No, but like I mean, so before this most recent thing, they were just the Young Bucks. They weren't heels or faces or whatever.
Well,
they were just the Young Bucks.
Who's the dude that were kicking the shit out of the entire... Alex Marvez!
What?
Was it Alex Marvez?
Yeah.
I mean, Alex Marvez, they were like super kicking the shit out of him and like not caring about Tony Khan, so they were kind of heels right there.
Yeah,
and then they went back to being good guys and not caring.
I don't see them being good guys was a long enough time to them be like officially good guys.
Yeah, but that's what I mean, like the concept, like this.
I don't see it as that. I see it as it's the Young Bucks being the Young Bucks, and now they're finally picking a side.
I hope so.
Yeah, I can't see the argument for them being good guys ever.
Yeah, they were just the Young Bucks. They were the tag champs, or they were going for the titles.
Like they were just being assholes.
Yeah. And that's whatever, them as a tag team. Like they're the arrogant, like
that's just the Bucks.
Yeah.
Right,
so up until now, like even with their this little temporary alliance of convenience with Moxley's not a face either.
Yeah, he's just John Moxley.
So that doesn't
the whole
necessarily
flip
make them
they're not the
faces
fucking Big Show who literally would like in a month at one point switch sides like 3 or 4 times. Like, and that's the very WWE style of like, oh, I'm a good guy or I'm a bad guy. AEW doesn't have that. That was one of the first things Cody Rhodes talked about when they were even like when they first did the first pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Someone's like, "Oh, are you going to be a face or a heel this time?" And he's like, "Dude, this is 2018, 2019. Like,
be a face.
That doesn't Shut like up. That like those terms.
Be CEO.
Those terms don't matter anymore. Like
they obviously do though.
They do because people like to put labels on stuff. Like Kenny Omega right now is a heel. I will agree with that. He's a bad guy. The Good Brothers are bad guys. Don Callis is a bad guy. Are the Young Bucks? Maybe. We don't know yet. We'll see. We'll have to see next week or down the line what they develop them into. If they start
face.
I mean,
yes.
I don't know about that, but like
I don't have a problem with the Bucks, but I don't like them with the belts.
Yeah. I think that's my biggest
and see, like
I understand how they all of them want to be like in one goal, but it's like, all right, like you have all these tag teams that you could build a story around the belts with.
No, I agree.
Like, and that's why I think now while you're doing this whole
trios. I think we need the trios title.
It kind of like gives me like almost like nepotism feel, you know?
Like,
these guys are in charge of the company. They have all the gold.
I think that's what they're going for. I think that's the idea behind the storyline.
That's bad. That's a bad thing.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I mean, again, I'm a huge mark for NWO, so what do I fucking know? But like, either way, yeah, that was it for AW. Bad guys win. Young Bucks are bad guys, I guess. We'll see where this whole Bullet Club or the club develops. They still have yet to do a Too Sweet.
That is true.
They have yet to do one.
That's true, yeah.
So we don't know. But any final thoughts?
No, I mean, I think this was a solid show.
Yeah,
for AEW. They lost in the ratings, if that matters to you, because like there was a takeover for NXT. To be
fair,
yeah, NXT did a takeover. Pay-per-view.
NXT basically did a pay-per-view.
Yeah, so that's why like it's understandable. The other thing that like, I mean, they still won in the demographics, which is cool. Yeah. But like, the other thing that AEW is looking at is like, so their women audience has gone down.
Yeah,
and no one really knows why yet. I don't know if it's because it's more violence,
maybe,
or who knows. But it has gone down in like numbers, which is kind of weird. But we'll see how like AEW does now that they're like uncontested on Wednesdays, and same thing for NXT now they're going to be uncontested because Impact I think is moving to Thursdays.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
So you have wrestling every single day if you really want to.
Yay, wrestling! Watch 20 hours of wrestling a week. That's all new.
Fuck. What?
There's only 3 days of wrestling every week.
What?
Yeah.
No.
How?
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Monday?
Yeah. What's on Monday?
You have.
Goddamn, Brian.
You have a show.
Stop it!
That gives you matches.
Stop it! Don't fucking. Stop it!
What?
Stop it!
I refuse to acknowledge any wrestling shows on Mondays.
All right, so okay, I'm gonna rate this AEW a 7 out of 10. Solid, good matches. I enjoyed all the storytelling, regardless of people are complaining that the Young Bucks are being bad guys. I think they're just being fucking babies.
I'll give it a 6. I think it was it wasn't the most exciting thing. Like, I know the Darby versus the JD guy. I'm like, I don't really care about that guy. Neat to see him.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool. Bear Country's anything. I'm like, you knew they weren't gonna win, so I'm like, okay. It was neat to see, but still middle of the road show. Mm-hmm. It's definitely better than what we get from the other companies most of the time. So I can't really complain that way. But like compared to AEW standards, still good.
Yeah.
7. -1 for Lucha Bros did not wrestle. +1 for Bunny did wrestle. I thought it was good though.
And I've been requested for a quick shout out for Fernando, aka King Nasty.
King Nasty.
King Nasty. Yeah.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah, that's your shout out if you're listening still. Delicious.
You better be.
Yeah, I know.
How dare you? That is gimmick infringement, sir. Anyway, that is it for our review. Thank you for listening.
Thanks.
Thank you for listening to the Off the Muda Scale Wrestling Podcast. You can find us on Apple, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, any other place you find your podcasts.
You can also find us on YouTube now, so if you want to listen to us there, go ahead, you filthy animals.
We also have a Patreon, so if you would like to support us, we would deeply, deeply appreciate it.
Yes, please. Again, thank you for listening.